Hi friends, I hope it's working. So today we're doing something, I was going to say new, but I guess it's it's something that we're going to do old. I did a few videos before about like trying Vite integration with Deno. I think it was like half a year ago or more, and uh, a week ago on VidConf, they had a talk about like Deno and Vid, and actually Jared also did talk about Bun and Vid, but unfortunately he's like, sorry, I couldn't make it in time. um, yeah, so he talked about like how cool is it going to work, but it wasn't released yet. But Deno was. I think it started working maybe like a few months ago. I think I left like a comment saying that, yeah, I know that it works now, but when I tried it, it didn't work, and unfortunately, they don't have video anywhere. Basically, I don't remember what is the URL, but no. But the idea is that their video, like they didn't finish publishing all the like talks by themselves, but that stream video, it was going for too long, so YouTube removes those broadcasts. You can't see it anymore. Yeah, so that's a bit unfortunate. I also see there are some issues with my bitrate. I hope it's going fine, but I don't really have a way to check it. So let's hope that it's fine. Okay, so here's that. So let's start with the let's start looking at it. So what we're going to do is I should start publishing all of the code that I'm working on, and I haven't figured out like a good idea. I know that Theo does something like he only shows you the code if you're a subscriber, so maybe I should do something like that. But for now, I create a new folder every time, so I don't remember where all the previous ones are. Okay, so I guess we can probably start with Deno version. So now it's 1.26, and they have, yeah, just like a patch. So I'm at the latest version. So I think in my previous videos I was playing with Deno before it had this like npm stuff, or just after it got it. So I don't know if this is like a news or not, but Deno can run stuff from npm now. Okay, so it uses standard like Deno compatibility mode with node.js, and so it downloads this package. You could use it you could do it before with like I always forget. ESMSH, right? But that one doesn't completely work all the time, and I'm not sure if they're like giving up on that, and npm stuff is going to be like the default way to use this. Okay, And that's not the log. I don't know if that means that I have internet or oops. I think it did something I just like didn't notice. So yeah, so let's remove it and let's restart it again. Oh, yeah. So okay, so project name. Let's keep it with project for now because this is like the interesting thing that I want to look at. Deno vanilla. So it's Vite without any frameworks. Okay. You React, Preact, Lite, Svelte. You are probably thinking, why don't you have Solid? By the way, it's like funny detail that I recently noticed. So they have like their own kind of like npm, like a where you can save like your packages and stuff, and so you can publish in new module, and those are sorted in like stars order. And if you look at it, you can actually like see Solid pretty high on this list. I didn't see it now, but it was there. And the problem is that they kind of like publish their stuff. So I guess they have like a GitHub action or something like that that does this. But I don't know any way to use this. So I think we will be playing with that. So let's start with React or Preact. I guess let's start with React. Oh yeah, and I wonder if they have like issues about Solid or something like that. Delete. Okay. Okay. So for those who haven't tried Deno before, I think let's open it in VS Code. Oh yeah, by the way, the proper way to call this is Microsoft versus code. I learned this on Twitter, so we will open Microsoft versus code. And so this is like standard. The unstandard part is npm prefix. So I guess it got an update or something. So I'm not sure why I need to do this. This doesn't sound like something that should be in this config. So yeah, maybe we can make it ask them to improve this. But this is like pretty standard, except for this part. And except that you need to use npm config and prefix. But now that we don't have like package JSON here, so kind of like closest thing to like package JSON is deno.js, and it wasn't there for a long time. I think I think they wanted to show that like you can use Deno without any like package JSON stuff. So you only could have import maps, I think, as a like a config for Deno. But now they have this kind of like task runner stuff that is in Deno.js. So it works similarly to like scripts section in package.json. Yeah. So these node modules there, I haven't read any docs on this, but my understanding is that it will it will okay. I'm still trying to figure out what's the what's the best way to show this. Maybe oops. I think there was something about yeah. So so here, if we run this, it will just use node like packages, but using deno cache. But if we add this non-modules stuff, it will create non-modules, and it will copy all the stuff from deno cache to non-modules. That's because for some packages, it expects to have some maybe like assets and modules and all that stuff. So I guess the approach is try to run without node modules, and when it fails, try to use this flag. But yeah, so those are going to be kind of like presented in how they are on npm, because I don't know if they like store readme and all that stuff in deno cache. I don't know how that works, but that's how I understand this part. And right, so like A is allow everything. I guess that's like a sane default for something that you do locally. And what else? Oops, I keep pressing something. Okay, so we're here. So now they say run this task. Okay, so now it downloads all of this stuff to both kind of like deno cache and node modules. So we can see all this stuff is happening here. Do you have like a git ignore file? I think you should. But okay, so here's our thing. Okay, I guess it's downloading something more. I don't know why it's going so slow. Yeah, and we don't really get any. I don't know what's happening with this thing. Where's my carabiner? Fix carabiner real quick. Yeah, it's fine now. So let's restart this just in case. It's going to be a really short video if it doesn't work anyway. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to do git ignore with modules. Deno. Interesting. What's the difference, I wonder? Looks the same. Interesting that this one doesn't have like npm prefixes and stuff, because this is running inside node, I guess, and that's why it's using like node modules. Is it really running inside node, or just like inside node compatibility stuff? Oh, I mean, this is probably running like in ES build and like rollup and stuff. So those are probably like their own binaries. Okay, so let's try it again. So let's try just like other templates. Maybe we just got unlucky with that one. Oh my god, why? Okay, so what about build? Okay, build worked. So what else do we have? Build and dev. Okay. So JSSCG and image. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it will work. So let's try build here. Okay, so this is better. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I guess, oh yeah, probably we should probably show off the like the serve stuff. So what this does is like deno run like this file. So if you open this file, you can like look what it actually does. So it will have like a serve function or whatever. Yeah, main. So this will like parse some arguments, like, and yeah, serve. So it like will start a HTTP server. So it's interesting that you can like push basically like a file, right? And you can run it. Okay, so let's start serve. Okay. Okay, so this is where we are running like this dist folder stuff. So if I will have some changes, if I refresh, it's going to work. And like all the assets, not file. Okay, so all the assets are the one that we compiled. So it's no longer has any like deno stuff in it, but it's a static file, so like you can deploy it anywhere. It will work, hopefully. Okay, what else? Okay, I guess let's see what other templates there are. So let's try Preact, SSR, Deno. Yeah, it's interesting. You look at it. Okay, so what was Preact? Okay, so Preact and F. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay. Right. Which means we could try different versions of Deno or Vite, but I don't know which to try. I wish we had recordings from the conference, but let's do build at least. So kind of the same, a bit smaller. So what was the React version? Yeah, 45. 45 is slightly more than 5, I think. Okay. So I guess we'll try. Okay, we still have view. Yeah. Okay, and build, I guess. Right, 25, which is a bit more than Preact, right? Let's do serve. Out create view and start Waller. Yeah, I guess all the editors are going to work. Yeah, that's interesting stuff with view, with Vite, because it don't actually work in like Deno universe, but at least you can use your like tools and stuff. Okay, so I think the last one is left. Svelte. Oh yeah, we also have vanilla, but I don't have much hope into that working as well. So dev is installing everything, and it's also not working. Yeah, it even got installed faster than view. Okay, build. Okay, build is not working. That's a bit upsetting, isn't it? Okay, so transforming should have rel. I kind of think that this was fixed in browsers already. Okay, it was just warning, so don't worry about it. Interesting. Is it even smaller than Preact? Oh, cool. But I guess, yeah, it only has counter, so it's not that surprising. Okay, so works, but did you try to? Yeah, we did. So the last one is left is vanilla. With two L's. Yes, last start was built just for the fun of it. Wow, it was really fast because we already have wheat in cache, I guess. Zero. Interesting. So svelte is like 2 kilobytes, and 1 kilobyte of that is just like wheat stuff. Okay, so let's do serve. Yeah, I'm actually curious what they mean by vanilla. So it's a file that has main. Okay, and the main has. Okay, so this is just to make sure that we're using client rendering. Index.html. Oh yeah, because the index.html is empty. Ah, right. That makes sense then. If the all the markup needs to be in JavaScript, that's why it's so big. It's not just a counter, but it's mostly just a counter. Okay, so logos, stuff, and this it just has like ID counter. So encounter a setup element. Oh, interesting. Okay. So the element has on click handler. And we store in some kind of state and we update the inner HTML. Sounds vanilla to me. And we can't get it running, unfortunately, even though it's so simple. Okay, so there is another interesting thing. We use Deno right now as kind of like our package manager. So I wonder if we can do it doesn't have bin. Interesting. I was wondering if like node modules has like with binary itself. So should probably have it, but just like it doesn't have the alias. So yeah. So I guess I guess you can use I guess you can use Deno as just like your package manager. And then just run node. And just use like Deno on hosting. But yeah, it doesn't have SSR. So yeah, okay. So let's play with. Oh yeah, I want to see at all like it called something. So this one is lead. It does import lead. So I wonder if this is just to make sure that like our package manager knows that we need to install this package. I wouldn't put it in the config though. I wonder if that's what's breaking it, but we don't have to do this for vanilla, so that's probably not it. So the same for React, same for Svelte, same for React Vue. Okay, so what about vanilla? Doesn't have a config at all. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So let's look at our task. It's like run beat. So I wonder if we will run like non-modules. This is probably not going to work, but I'm just trying stuff. Loading unprepared module. Right, I remember that thing. So if we create a file that is like index.js and we import our node file there, I think then we can run supported scheme node, supported scheme. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. Trying to remember, there is like a flag that we should do, like node compat. Maybe they removed it now. Right, so compat. Okay, it's just compat. Okay. Yeah, I guess they removed it. Interesting. Yeah, it's a bit strange because like this returns an error about like being unprepared, but I don't know how to prepare it. So what I wanted to try is to try using like older version of it. So we will do it on the vanilla, or I think we should do it on React. So we are looking for like npm vid, and I wonder if I do something like so. So this is like 318, and if I do 317, will that change anything? Yeah, it tries to download it. Yeah, so let's just play with versions. Someone explained me that if you like open it on a new tab, it will have this like active tab versions, and then you can refresh and it will keep you keep you on the right one. Okay, so yeah, so it's not working. I don't want to edit that file all the time, so let's just do 3.0. I mean, the conference was like a week ago, so But they were trying. Hmm. You could also try different version of Deno. Yeah, it's funny that it's like the third video where I'm trying to do this and it doesn't work. I feel like it's cursed for some reason. I was like, finally, I can do a video and like not think about it anymore. Let's call it solved and not touch it anymore. Yeah. Okay. We can also. I wonder how that can play with like Deno deploy. Probably because it needs like file system and stuff. There is like no chance of any of this working. So okay. So 2 is too old. And 3 is not working. But like we can build it, right? Yeah. Can you build it with 2? No. Okay. We can also try 3, 2, I guess. Try retrieving. Wait, reload. Okay. Didn't see reload before. Interesting. Okay, so 3, 2, 0, beta. Will that work? Will it respect like the channels? No. So 3, 2, 0, beta, or something. Okay. Could not find package feed matching. So that 2. Okay. Yeah, it's like it's no bun. Bun would have installed it way faster. So build works. Can we start it? Interesting. Gets more stuff. Okay, so method bit is running and nothing. Okay, so let's think that the problem is Deno. Maybe we shouldn't have updated it. Set install specific version. So you can upgrade to any version. So so what's the version right now? 1.2.6. So 1.2.6.0. That's the version that we started this day. And let's just use the latest bit. Interesting that it had to read and load that stuff. Is that because version changed? Yay! So it's just a regression, I guess. Should I just tweet it? Regression in Deno. So what was it? 1, 2, 1. And I should probably like just link to the stream so that they believe me. Okay. Yay. So we know that it's running. So we know that it's running React, and sometimes it takes so long to resize Windows on macOS. So yeah, and I guess we can probably try playing with different like Vite versions. So we saw that it doesn't latest Deno doesn't work with any like version, but we can still try to use working version of Deno and like some random version of Vite just to see which one is supported. Okay, so let's call it works. And so let's do 3.0. I mean, I kind of like it. It's like we can't do that sort of stuff in npm. It would have been like 2 commands, right? To install it first and then to run it. Okay, so let's call it like works. Let's call it works. We need to remove it here. Okay, so build preview. I think you didn't see preview for all of them, so I'm not sure how that works, but let's look at the code and let's look at what we can do with it. So we have this CSS stuff, we have this. I think the first thing I want to do is, I don't know, like process. Like, do we have a process? Maybe we don't. Type of, I guess, yeah. Type of undefined. And like global. Global is undefined. Okay. Window. Okay, it's a client. Yes, right. That's right. So this only runs on the client, so we can use Vite. And how? What's the interesting thing we can do here? Right, solid. So we have lead, React, Svelte, Vanilla, and Vue. Yes, let's start with. So what is closer to solid? I guess React or Preact. And this one also has preview. Okay. So what are we doing here? I think. Okay, I have like 2 ways where I want to go, but let's start with solid. Let's start with should it be vanilla? I think it should be vanilla. Okay, so let's call it let's call it Sloyd. Oh yeah, we broke the like read line or whatever it's called. Yeah, so yeah, completely broken now. Is that because of the deno version, or did I just like close something wrong? Okay. So just copy paste vanilla one. I kind of like, maybe I just broke something, so I don't want to blame Deno for that one. Okay, so let's do Deno task dev. Okay. I was thinking there is like, should like me know how to run Deno tasks? But let's keep it for now. So we have this is vanilla JS. We don't have a lead config, so let's copy it from React, I guess. So Solid has this template for read, and it's Solid plugin. So just add npm for it. Okay, so everything is breaking for some reason. Terminal is not working. My Microsoft versus code is not working. Extension. Okay, hope that fixed it. So let's remove this for now, kind of like completely. Yeah, that's the problem with default exports, is like everyone is calling it differently. But so let's do dev. So it installs like solid stuff, but couldn't find package solid. Okay, so my thinking was, what if I have a file that is just like solid.js, and it does npm, basically, yeah, import npm solid. So if I run it now, okay, it didn't try to install solid, but if I run something like, I run like SolidJS, okay, now it installs it, and because it's installed it in node modules, I wonder if that fixes our error. Could not find npm package for index.js. What's index.js? Okay, index.js is the stuff that we just like played. It's not important. Okay, failed to resolve SolidJS. Right. I think that's not important. Okay, so this is something. So we did React stuff, right? No, this is vanilla. Okay, so how does React look like? I just remember that it has like different stuff. Okay, so everything is inside source. and main JSX is using render. So let's do the same. I should probably have like git. Okay, so okay, so we at least know why we need this stuff. So the next part is, so if I remove node modules and if I start it again, will it crash because of solid? No, because it's like in cache somewhere. How do I check? I guess there is like a refresh. What was it? Like reload. Okay. Unknown option. Okay, that's because the option is going to the Vite stuff. So let's grab this here and let's do reload. Will solid be still in the cache there? I don't know how to remove deno cache. Interesting. Okay, no package found. So the previous ones were not complaining about this. This is interesting. Yeah, this is just because like Solid makes so many assumptions of it running inside of Node. Yeah, I'm curious if Jared can kind of like make Ryan care about like Bon and Dino and stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm a bit confused where I want to go from here, but let's start with something like that. So let's create a folder src and let's create a file called in.js. So it will have console log 1, 2, 3 for now. Yep. So 1, 2, 3. Good. Even HMR was working. So now let's do import something from Solid. Okay, 500. Does this file exist? Okay. Will that do anything? No, will not. So let's go back here and let's do npm solid. Install it. And create signal or something. Okay. What is HTTP? Yeah, I think this. This file exists. So what if we do solid/map? Yeah, it just crashed. So so what is happening, it can't actually import that stuff on the server. So I wonder if just like importing it once so it gets installed is enough. Okay. Okay, it's not enough. So other thing is like, can we add like a conditional import? Okay, but it should be like conditional enough that it doesn't actually try to run it. Imported from, okay. So what if I have, if I have like a function that returns this import and I don't call the function? I still kind of like mark this stuff as used. Okay. Failed to resolve solid web. Okay. So one other thing that I played recently was Solid Element, and it's interesting that because we are like in a Deno universe, all the imports are not not working. So you have to somehow like don't use it inside of like SRC or something. Yes, okay, properly confusing. Okay, so it doesn't know file solid element. So now let's go here and let's do, this is our package JSON, like yarn add npm install, like create a function that is importing a package. this is our version. Failed to resolve. This file exists. Okay, so let's start with something simpler. So let's start with like import React. So it doesn't know what React is. So now if I do this, restart it. Okay, and so it still doesn't know what React is. So now if I do it this way, okay, this is slightly upsetting. Yeah, and the editor doesn't know what to do. So if I do something like this, will that work? Will it know to look for like non? Okay. It's stupid, but it works. It's not stupid, right? Okay. Yeah, this is just so that like versus code knows how to like resolve modules. I guess Deno should just like know that Vite exists, and this is what you need to do with Vite. If you like see Vite config, yeah, that's pretty confusing. So okay, so can we try solid importing solid element. I'm guessing that this is I think it shouldn't work. Yes, because yeah, SolidJS is like it's not compatible with server side stuff. Oh, or maybe it is. Okay, so solid element. Yeah, we need to do it here, right? Custom element. Okay, so custom element by element, and it should be like a function that returns I don't know, hi. Okay, and now if I go to index.html, and if I have my element, oops, crash stuff a bit. Okay, so is that a problem of feed or something that I'm doing? Okay, it doesn't know. Oh no, this way. Okay, so sorry, how many elements do I have? Yes, it can't be self-closing. Is that where we're getting at? If I do self-closing, it crashes. But if I do just closing, it's fine. Tell me. Yes. Okay. So this works. I can create signals probably. Okay. And just to make everyone in React jealous. Right. So it's working, but it's not tracking. So right. So like let's create a proper JSX stuff. And this one requires compilation step. So we will see if it actually works. Because make sure you have JSX. Interesting. This is like my pet peeve. This TypeScript. I think JSX should just like work inside of .js files. Okay, okay. Okay. So, hmm. So now I create, oops. Yes, just all this stuff. So I have a counter, and I can call it. Would that work? For initialization. Okay. That's fine. Works for me. So now I have counter.jsx and I move this stuff into counter.jsx and I just export it. And here I need to do this. Oh, yeah. I think if it was CSX, maybe then it will complain. Yeah. How do people do it in JavaScript? Okay, it's complaining, but it doesn't allow me to solve it. If I remove this one to TSX, oh, sorry, rename. Create signal is from there. Div. Interesting. What do you have? React. Import JSX from Solid. Something like that? Don't remember how to fix this. And why do I need to fix this? Okay. This is like slightly more confusing that I'm ready to do right now. But yeah. I covered. Okay, so and again like JSX stuff. So here should be JSX. Then it then it works. So we have like our type is broken. This is not ideal, but it's way more than I was going for. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to did creation start working? No, I think this one. Should try just like in this terminal. Maybe it's just a terminal thing. No. Okay. So probably also just run it in with Node. Okay, so we're looking for template. Yeah, this one. So we're going to create template called solid. Oh no. Yeah, React. And it's going to solid. Yes. Great. So now so is it really just I should probably just get this package right. Need to get real URL. need to figure out how to return everything back. But here's the plan. So if we copy template deno react into template deno solid, I mean, it's still a bit slowed, but let's start with solid. Okay. I guess Git doesn't know how to CP. So here's our plan. Now we go into template deno solid, and we just like one by one just try to make it work. So our goal is to have deno task dev running. Okay, so it's using React right now. So we go to, okay, hope facets are fine. We will not turn on deno extension, I think. Okay, so here's a plan. So we have this thing working, and this is our kind of like a way to render it. I guess we also have vanilla template. And I think it was main.js. Yeah. So this is our plan. So we get this, and our inner HTML is going to be like solid app. We don't do this yet, and we yes, my preacher is not running properly, but okay, and it's app instead of, it should be root. Get the element by ID. So what's the difference between get element by ID and query selector? I don't know. Maybe that will do it. No. Okay. I will keep it this way now. So we expect to see like a solid app. Okay. So now, where do we get solid app? We get it from interesting. So I guess probably should define solid app here. Okay, so it's this one. Solid app, and for now it returns hello world. Okay, that's fine. So, oh yeah. And I guess we are using JavaScript. Okay. So our first problem is custom element is not defined. This is going to be solved by this. And now solid element is not defined. So we go to vite config and we copy this. And we do this. We restart it, I guess. Okay. Can't resolve SolidJS. So I think it's the SolidJS web that doesn't work. So that's why we're using like element stuff. Okay, so far so good. We have some hello world. Now we want to have like app here. So we don't do React anymore. This is fine. So now we go to app, and so what is our first error? Keep inserting. Right, so because here we have React, but we don't have Solid. This is why it's like it's compiling with React stuff instead of Solid. So this is our plan to fix this. Okay, now it's the use state stuff. So we remove use state. We do create, and it works. Isn't it cool? Isn't that like solid running on Vite? Okay, so let's check that everything is kind of like making sense. Custom element, join app. I think I would have written it in one line. Right. We should probably turn off the shadow DOM stuff. Okay, so it's just div with app. Perfect. Oh, our style started to work. Cool. I'm really happy with this. So we don't do React logo anymore. Yeah, I don't know how to fix this prettier stuff. Wonder if they have prettier setup. No, they don't have. Okay. Okay, well, we'll figure something out. So now, oh, okay. I guess I can do like format document with, and then just select TypeScript. No. Yeah, I think this one doesn't do anything. Okay, but we'll figure it out. So I wonder if HMR is working. I mean, it's kind of working. Right. So let's undo the. Right. We need to remove React stuff. Template deno solid. So we have React in README, in title, logo, and config. So let's start with the config. We don't need this anymore. And now let's do. Right. So just to make sure we're not crazy. So let's go to Solid and let's see how to kind of like install Solid, right? So we do this. So, and then we look into src index.js, and it's using render function from refresh reload. Do we need to have this? I wonder. That was this file, right? Did it do anything? Who knows? Okay, but then we have app. Oh yeah, we can also grab a logo from there. Yeah, so this one is fine. Okay, so we have all of that stuff. Now, oh yeah. So what we wanted to check if can we import this this function, solid web. Okay, we can. So then let's try this. So render app into root. All of the same stuff. Is this working? Oh, great. Then we don't need solid element. Okay. This is fine. Okay, let's restart just to make sure that we are not crazy. I guess we did the right thing and like all the right versions were picked up. It's still crazy to me that like this part is not blowing up, but yeah, I think if we had like web like that, it will blow up. No. Yeah, I think it wasn't working before, so I hope I'm not crazy. Oh, someone asked on YouTube. Where is it? Okay, so what versus code theme is that? And I think it theme, yeah, one Monokai darker. I don't remember how much time I spent on like looking for this theme. And I know that I also customized it with you know how like when you open VS Code and it's like all like random like yellow and blue colors. I think this line is like whole bottom is like blue by default. So yeah, I I turned it into the same color as the rest of the thing. So yeah, that's the only customization that I did. Okay, so we were we were happy that everything is working. So I will try to like use this template just because we have it. And so that I can later kind of like justify why I did stuff. So logo, styles. Okay, I guess it doesn't have a counter. What's the point then? Okay, logos. Wow, this went much smoother than I was expecting. Okay, so we need to copy this and src logo SVG. Okay, and into src solid SVG. Okay. Okay, I guess it's assets. Okay, so let's restart it. So let's remove React. So happy to see this. Okay, try to rename the symbol, but I don't know what is happening anymore. Oh, we are in JavaScript. I hate it so much. Okay, I'm fine. Okay, so solid, and then let's look at this file again. I guess this is GitHub. I think solidjs.com sounds better. Okay. We also need, okay, where's our grep? Yep. So we still have some. Right, I'm not sure about like alt text. So logo. Okay, SolidJS or just solid. Yes, solid. Okay, solid logo and logo solid. And then in the CSS, we need to solid. And let's go back to our good grab. So we still have it somewhere. Is it solid or SolidJS? I would like go here. So svelte, solid, yeah. Let's call it solid. We plus solid. So we have it logo. Okay, that's great. And okay, have some error or had some error, I guess. So now index HTML. and readme. You need to have deno installed. Is it like a typo? Installed. Okay. Currently add a comma. Okay. Example. Add a comma. Okay. Currently there's a paper card. Pure dependencies need to be referenced in this example. Interesting paper cuts. Call it paper cuts. So what if we're talking about like view or something? Yeah, paper cuts. Pure depends needs to be referenced. In this example, it is only okay. Dependencies. In this example, only SolidJS. I wonder if it was importing solid instead of SolidJS like an hour ago, and that was there. Interesting. Makes you think. Okay, so all this is fine. Great. We no React is left. Yeah, we still have like all of this like semicolons and like one quote, double quotes. Can I try to just create prettier.rc file? Prettier.rc and like single quote stuff. Does it have to be YAML? How does it know which one is JSON or YAML? Okay, I guess YAML is a bit shorter, but I don't know if people actually use it. So let's go here, try to save. Okay, so are we pro semicolons or anti semicolons? I guess we are anti. Okay, so then we have quotes, single quote. Okay, I'm using JSON. It's just what I use all the time. So tab if I guess it's 2, semi-false, single. Okay, so let's start with this. Okay, and we are back. This one was the most troubling one. Okay, and I guess then we also want to have trailing commas. Trailing commas should be none. Okay, so this and this. So import app from app. I guess it's just like different order. I don't know who we want to upset more. Doesn't really matter as far as I'm concerned. And I don't know why we need to refresh reload stuff, but it's probably solid guys know better why they needed that. Okay, so breakdown is not formatted. This one is fine. Okay, so this one is fine. This one is fine. This one is fine. And this one is fine. This one is fine. This one is fine. Okay, great. I don't know if I should add preacher. I will add it as like a separate commit so they can drop it if they don't like it. Okay, so make SolidJS, SolidJS example. I guess solid. Make deno solid example by replacing React SolidJS. Okay, and that should probably be like in the root. So I don't know if that's like a good thing to commit with this. Yeah, my problem was that I had completely like different format. My editor was saving like completely different stuff. Okay, and it turns out that this repo is maintained by someone on like Astro core team. I guess there are more people on Astro team that I don't know. Yeah, so that's good. So let's try to fork this this plugin. This is should add like a October fast tag just to make fun of this thing. Okay, so we want to fork it. Oh, it's not it. It's wheat. What is happening? It's not the package that we're looking for. Okay, this one. Okay, so let's try to. I was like 40,000 stars. That's a bit much. So create a new fork. I'm trying to add like a fork suffix to everything that I do now, because there were like, oh, someone is saying hi on Twitch. I don't know how to show Twitch chat. Pop out. Okay. Where's it? No, it's not. I didn't pop up the right thing. Out. Okay. There it is. Hey man. Hi. Yeah, so I'm adding like slash fork stuff because otherwise I had like few times where people message me and say, hey, you're creator of like this and this library. And I'm like, no. Oh, I see. Yeah. I remember. Hi. Did you talk about like Jota or something? Yeah, Jota is fun. I did really really crazy Jota stuff this week, and I decided it was like too crazy, and I did it a bit like simpler but worse, but in like plain React. Okay, so here's a plan. We're going to rename our branch my repo. So this was stuff that I was doing like on my work, so it's not published. I have like some stuff from our work published. Yeah, you still can't find it on on Google yet, but yeah, here's like a part of our packages that we kind of like try to sync up with. Yeah, because okay, I'm getting distracted a bit, but I want to finish the thought. So basically we have monorepo, so all of those packages are in our like, so when we deploy to Netlify or something, we are building everything there. So this way you can like have like some kind of like fix, and it will be just like built during the deploy, and you don't have to like publish it to npm and stuff. But all of this stuff could be open sourced. So for right now, so what we do is we just like copy what we have locally. I mean, what we have in monorepo into like this FogBanderOS stuff. So it's sometimes it's like gets outdated, but usually because it's like a manual copy, it's not a but there are like some packages now, so like FogBander element and like view, that are just in this FogBanderOS, because we don't need it in monorepo, we don't use it, we don't build it there. But yeah, I will try to figure out the speaking of work stuff, my few previous videos are about like quick, I guess this one, the quick, and like trying to do SPA Sinastro, yeah, so this, and I did like some testing offline for this. So basically, like at work, we have like a huge Create React app, and it's like it's basically like impossible to use at this point. It just like HMR takes, I don't know, like 15 seconds on like slower laptop. Yeah, so I'm trying to replace it with something like more modern. Yeah, and right now I'm doing Ruckus.js. So I'm mostly using it for Vite. Like I don't use any of the server-side stuff, but I figured, yeah, waiting so annoying. I figured if I can make Ruckus work, I can like migrate to some other Vite-based meta frameworks, I guess. Yeah, so this is like this is what I do at work right now. I was thinking about like streaming that, but most of the stuff that's interesting kind of like already works, but most of the stuff that doesn't work is just like kind of like silly, and you just like wait like a minute until like everything installed in like a monorepo with yarn, and you change something, you just like wait for a minute. Yeah, I don't think it's it's going to be like too entertaining to watch. Yeah, so this is bleeding edge. For me, it's basically like it's React with Vite. It has some other features, but at this point, I'm kind of like planning to use like 0 of them. For me, it was like, does it have SSG? Does it support React? Is HMR works? Okay, that's it. Because all the other things that I tried, so I tried like Astro, Quick, I think Vite by itself, Next.js, Remix, and yeah, and Rakus. After like trying for however like many times I did, I think I can like just get how to do this better. And yeah, so and Rakus was the last one, so it was like the most successful one. Yeah, like to see that HMR that would usually take like 15 seconds to be less than a second is just like is really cool. But all of this stuff is closed source, so I can't really like show too much. I haven't heard about Rakus. Yeah, so it's pretty small like project, and I don't know, like I follow Guy on Twitter, so that's how I know it. Wasmer. Okay. Run any client. Okay. So is it just compiler? Okay, and I guess it has like clients to run it on mobile. Interesting. And it's kind of like a package manager. Right. So um, there is a guy on Twitch. I'm bad with names. I'm like just looking based on avatars and stuff. Uh, does it say his name anywhere? I feel bad that I don't remember. Okay, and I don't see his name. Chris, yeah, Chris Griffin. Think. Okay, I would have never remembered that. um, so Chris mentioned on one of the stream once. It's just like, oh yeah, that's birth and death of jazz, and I think I watched it maybe like 10 years ago or whenever that was, like 8 years ago, and I kind of like forgot about it, and he mentioned it on the stream, and like I rewatched it again, and it's like so funny. It talks about like how how everything is going to be running inside of, yeah, so it's like as long as you can compile something to Wasm. He also says about like having like a new operating system based on this stuff. It's like no one does this, but the rest of the talk about like running, where is it, running like compiling GIMP into Wasm and running it in Chrome, then compiling like Chrome into Wasm and like running it in Firefox. So all of this is like really funny. Yeah, and his idea is like in 10 years, like from now, so like 20 years from when he was talking about it, like everything is going to be Wasm. So this project is oh yeah, I was going to check the shutout command. No, shout out. Okay, I need to. Okay. So thanks him. Thanks to the Chris for this. He reminded me of this talk, and I think I like posted it on Twitter a few times since. Okay, so that was a bit of yeah, Wasmer. Okay, I should probably like save it somewhere for now. Okay, so here's what we were doing. Basically, I tried to run Vite on Deno before, and it wasn't working. And now in newer versions of Deno, but not the latest version, you need to like roll back one. You can run Vite, and they actually have like a community project with all of the like templates. Where is it? Okay, now I can find it. With all of the templates, and one of the templates is like SS, not SSR, but like Deno React. And I was wondering if I can create like Deno Solid because that's the only one that is missing. I mean, there's also Angular. Like, don't we shouldn't forget that Angular exists. But okay, so we fork this. We will add. We will add my fork. We will fetch my stuff, and we will push this. Do they have like a? Yeah, everything is everything is just like plain merged into master, or like main, I guess. No, master. Format. Yeah, what did they use to format? Okay. Okay, so you want to try Deno, Ban, Zastan, React, and Solid. Right. Or you can just like watch like my VODs. I guess I like didn't play with Zastan. I'll probably like React much on my streams. Rust, yeah. I'm like a bit skeptical about Rust. I guess I will also can I find it? There was like a where is it? The latest. Yeah, I should add this tweet as well. So Steven Anderson did really cool talk about like yeah, this one. About basically like history of all the like web frameworks and stuff. And yeah, it was really cool. And like he skipped few that I think are important, but it's really interesting anyway. And I forget Jack Rusher. So this guy did talk about basically like programming languages and like starting from like punch cards and Lisp and C and all that stuff. Yeah, so it was really interesting. And in that context of like just this talk, I'm like, Rust doesn't seem like that that interesting. It's like, yeah, it solves the problem, but I don't know if that's the problem that everyone should be solving. Does that make sense? Yeah, so I will add like those links to the video description. Okay, so yeah, just to clarify, I'm multi-streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and on YouTube I'm YouTube/parasocial meta learning, and yeah, I will add it to this description. So let's push it. Git push hierarchy. Let's call it feature at solid. Okay, so now we can create a template, not template, but pull request. And should probably do like a screenshot or something so they know that it works. Add deno solid template. Maybe. Yes, I didn't try build and preview and stuff. Okay, and what serve and the production build. Yeah, so kind of like makes sense. I tested dev build. Yeah, I wanted to answer your comment right after I finish with this. So dev build preview and serve with deno. Use deno.6 because of this bug with. Okay, and I think I posted on Twitter that something not working. Okay, so and finger crossed. Oktoberfest. Let's see if this is getting. Okay, and that's probably it. I didn't have anything else planned for this stream, and I haven't got a chance to talk about those things. So yeah, I think that's it. I wanted to talk about like doing new tech, and I guess in a sense of like why I do what I do. So at work we use React, Create, React App. So pretty kind of like boring stack. Like we host on Netlify and stuff. But we came up with like using React and TypeScript kind of like before React even like worked in TypeScript. I mean properly, like it didn't support JSX. So it's boring now, but it's boring because we kind of like bet on it in time. And some of the things are like not as important. So something like Redux or Zustand is like, yeah, you can use one or the other. It's not really important. Or like a few years ago, I used to use Redux Observable because that was basically like the only way to make TypeScript happy with like actions and stuff. So, and before that we used like Flux. So I'm not saying that I'm not saying that we didn't like make mistakes and use something that kind of like now is considered kind of like not great, but at that time it was fine. So yeah, learning for 3 years. And yeah, it's interesting because like learning now is a lot different than learning when I was learning. And yeah, so my idea is that you're looking for stuff that is out there. You're looking for stuff that is like more interesting or more modern. Sometimes you you use something just because there are like no other way. So for example, right now it's like you don't have to use Redux observable. Like Redux toolkit does everything that you can like need from Redux. And yeah, so I do a lot of this like learning into like really learning into all of this like crazy stuff. So like Astro, Quick, and Solid. I do it for like on my stream or something like that in kind of like my free time. But then I find like things that where it makes sense. So for example, with Fogbander OSS, we have this package Fogbander element. So this is like a custom element or like web components, whatever they call implementation. And in order to do this, I already kind of like knew that like lit exists, or in this case, we were using like solid element. So it's it pays off kind of like learning about all of this stuff on the side. But when kind of like opportunity comes, or when we were like rewriting our app in 2014 like in TypeScript, I kind of like already knew about React, and I kind of like proposed for us to use React. And it was like so funny that we were writing like Slack competitor at that time, and it was so funny that like after maybe like 6 months or so, like Slack rewrote everything into TypeScript and React. And it was like, yeah, I guess we were just like at the beginning of this wave. So, and for example, like Deno, I kind of like learned about it from kind of like as soon as it was released. And at some point I was like, oh yeah, in order to do like this simple stuff, it's going to be like so easy to do it on Deno deploy. Because on Deno, I guess I like not signed in here. Oh, I don't want to show. I don't want to show what like the real one. Maybe I can create like just a simple project just to show. Oh yeah, so this one, for example. So we were writing integration, and like for Slack, your return URL has to be HTTPS, and we basically need to redirect to like HTTP, like localhost. So there's like no need to do it on HTTPS. So I was like, yeah, I can just write a deno deploy function that will do this. So this like URL, yeah, it works so fast. But like this URL, whatever you have like after the slash, it will just like redirect to localhost. And it's like deno deploy is basically like the best tool to do this. And why it's splitting the joint with right, it's, I mean, there are like tons of ways of writing this stuff. But I was just saying that you play, you open like Playground, you can edit your code, you can save it, and you can see like your result right away. And yeah, that's like, if I didn't care about Deno, I guess I would have found like a different ways to do the same. But I feel like this one is the this one is the like matches the task the better. Okay, so why am I splitting slashes? So so request URL is like the full URL. I can probably do something like yeah, I need path and I need search params. Right, so I can probably like parse URL for real and just like get those two. But the idea is that if you take a string and if you, okay, it's not working here, but okay, so you have a string and there's something here. If you split with slashes, it returns everything as like a this array, and if you join it back again with slash, you will get your URL back. So if I need to like replace something, I could have done like a string replace and just like basically like replaced this HTTPS something with localhost, but I don't know. That's everything is going to be the same. This is like not really like a security conscious or anything application, so it could be pretty stupid. Like here, I don't even like escape URLs, so there's probably like a XHR or whatever the cross-site scripting injection. But yeah, so if you split it and if you like remove first 1, 2, 3 elements, you will get the like this search like path and search part of the URL. I don't know, like I wish Copilot worked here, so maybe it would have like a better solution to this. But anyway, so the point was I try to find a way to learn about like new things, and like stream is basically the way that I do it right now. And yeah, if in the end we will have like a pull request that we can send to like maintainers, and maybe like someone else could use it, yeah, that's better in my mind. Okay, I think that's it for today. I did like a tweet. Where is it? I'm tweeting too much. I just like, I don't know how to find it anymore. Okay, let me search for it. Yeah, so I got like 20 likes, which is for this account is like, it's pretty big. And yeah, I think that's probably like the thing that I'm going to do on the next stream. So if you're if you're interested in this, yeah, just like write your ideas on what exactly you wanna test. I played with like T3 stack a bit, so I kind of like, and I watched like Theo videos about it. I think I like posted it somewhere. Maybe not here, but somewhere. I watched his videos, and I kind of like got a bit more respect into like what Next.js and like T3 does, because before I was like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't even like have to care about it. Now I kind of like understand more why he uses it, but for me SSR is like not that important, and like Vite I think gives me a better performance. So, but there are like some issues with like library support, so I might end up using Next.js at some point. But yeah, I basically like I'm learning this a bit. I just like ran SolidStart once, but I did a bit of Solid before, so I wanna kind of like dig deeper into what SolidStart can do. And I tried to see if I can like run React inside of Solid. So I kind of like looked into like Astro, even like sources, how they do it. And when I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that explains why they don't have like hot module reload, because they're like they don't really use Vite for for React. So it's like, no, it's not going to work, or like Solid or stuff. So yeah, it was hard trying to put like React inside of Solid, but maybe I will have some idea. Yeah, because my problem is like I'm looking at this from the like, and all of the like videos that I did before about Quick and like all of that stuff is like, can I run React in it? And usually no. No need to use SSR. Right, so I talked about it like in one of the previous videos, I don't remember which one, but the idea is that because I started with like real servers from like where you're like doing PHP or something, where you're like having an app that is server app, it's like JavaScript is usually like not existing or like does bits of it, or I don't know, like live view, the last video that I did. Where is it? Theo made me this thumbnail. I kind of like didn't get too much kind of like clicks from it. I still like it, so I still maybe like use it again. But the previous stream that I did about Phoenix, there you have like a server, like everything is happening on the server, and you have like some stuff that emulates kind of like SPAs. And when everything is happening on the client, and it just like you render everything on the client, for me, it kind of like both of them make sense. But when you're not really like a server-side framework, so I don't think that Next.js is like really server-side framework. Even like Astro or Fresh, they're like more of server-side frameworks. They're built kind of like more in that approach. When you're using Next, you're getting kind of like worst of both worlds. This is like a bad server framework and bad client-side framework because it's like it's slow. That's why I kind of like those videos by Theo, because he's like, yeah, I also think this is bad. So like, let's only render like critical parts or just like headers or like meta headers, right, on the server, and let's only do stuff on the client, because like for my product, it like this makes more sense. And so he basically, he doesn't really use server-side rendering, and I think that that's the right way. He uses it as like a serverless Lambda, and he uses it as like a front-end framework. But I forget. Yeah, SSR. So like, I think SSR is like kind of like wrong term. I think it's not server-side rendering. It's kind of like server-side pre-rendering. So like you're doing some work that was already done twice to get something out of it. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I think I've like probably like in my every video I have like a rant about this. So yeah. Anyway, so where was I? Okay, now I lost it. But I think it was here. Yeah. So if anyone's interested in SolidStart versus G3, maybe like if anyone has idea like what to build, yeah, feel free to say that. And that's it. I'm looking for a stop streaming button. So bye everyone.